Day 28. This is the book Blizzard of One by Tom Strand. Um, it's Alfred A Knopf, 2012. There are many editions of this out there. Mine actually came from a collected, it's all the poems, but um, Strand won the Pulitzer Prize for this book in 1999. Um, my copy of the book has a cartoon on the cover. It's a yes but machine, which is a delight. And I would have bought the book just based on that. But I actually bought it because of his reputation, not the Pulitzer. I didn't know about that then, but as a surrealist, absurdist. On the other hand, the Yes But Machine, the cartoon is a delight, but the poems are something else. They disturb. Yeah. Um, they feel like there's not very many poems in the book, but I feel like I'm in a room where I thought I was pleasantly alone, and with just the lightest of taps on the head from the poetry, I see all the ghosts of people, uprooted trees, dogs, even the ghosts of flowers as they float by. It populated the space with the ephemeral and the long dead. Yeah. Um, I'm going to read you a poem called I Will Love the 21st Century, if I can find it. Here it is. I will love the 21st century. Dinner was getting cold. The guests, hoping for quick, impersonal, random encounters of the usual sort, were sprawled in the bedrooms. The potatoes were hard, the beans soft, the meat, there was no meat. The winter sun had turned the elms and houses yellow. Deer were moving down the road like refugees, and in the driveway, cats were warming themselves on the hood of a car. Then a man turned and said to me, although I love the past, the dark of it, the weight of it teaching us nothing, the loss of it, and all of it asking for nothing, I will love the 21st century more. For in it I see someone in bathrobe and slippers, brown-eyed and poor, walking through snow without leaving so much as a footprint behind. Oh, I said, putting my hat on. Oh, no, I find that disturbing. Um, there's a darkness in Strand's earlier work in his imagery, surrealist or not. I suppose I'm more comfortable with folks like N.F. Simpson. I don't know if you've heard of him or not. He wrote absurdist plays, Brit, um, who came at the absurdity of our lives with more than a hint of humor. Is frankly hilarious. Um, it's humor like that, Monty Python. Um, it Humor is the way I've survived the cruelty and pain of things. There's a whole lot of that, and right now there's a surfeit. But in these poems of this later work of his, there is humor. Um, the poem "The Great Poet Returns" is the last piece in the first section, and I'm guessing here. Describes his views about what poetry is and what it means to human beings. Let me read that for you. The great poet returns. When the light poured down through a hole in the clouds, we knew the great poet was going to show, and he did. A limousine with all white tires and stained glass windows dropped him off, and then, with a clear and soundless fluency, he strode into the hall. There was a hush. His wings were big. The cut of his suit, the width of his tie were out of date. When he spoke, the air seemed whitened by imagined cries. The worm of desire bore into the heart of everyone there. There were tears in their eyes. The Great One was better than ever. No need to rush, he said at the close of the reading. The end of the world is only the end of the world as you know it. How like him, everyone thought. Then he was gone, and the world was a blank. It was cold, and the air was still. Tell me, you people out there, what is poetry anyway? Can anyone die without even a little? Uh, yeah, I find that I have mixed responses to it. Um, it's humorous in its hubris, I think, but it is a poet speaking about the worth of poetry. There's also a poem, a piece of the storm. It's where the title of the book came from. It's a short poem. From the shadow of domes in the city of domes, a snowflake, a blizzard of one, weightless, entered your room and made its way to the arm of a chair where you, looking up from your book, sought the moment it landed. That's all there was to it. No more than a solemn waking to brevity, to the lifting and falling away of attention, swiftly, a time between times, a flowerless funeral. No more than that, except for the feeling that this piece of the storm, which turned into nothing before your eyes, would come back. Then someone years hence, sitting as you are now, might say, it's time. The air is ready. The sky has an opening. Otherwise, in the book, uh, the third section, I guess, is a tremendously fun section. At least I found it so, called Five Dogs. Here's just a couple of lines. Most of my kind believe that Earth is the only planet not covered in hair. I, I stopped reading for a while at that point and just reveled in the sort of humor of it, the sort of, yeah, and it makes me realize how silly most human theories are about things, especially things we're thinking about in terms of culture and future and this idea of human special, the idea that humans are special somehow, uh, and the silly ideas that come out of that. It's just like a planet not covered by hair. The last section has only four poems in it, but each is brilliant. It's a sparse collection that is exactly right. It's like a dinner that's well spiced, not in its abundance, but in its perfection of balance. That's what this book feels like. I found the last four poems disturbing for me at least, but not in an overt way, but in a sort of deeply like an injection that you didn't even feel a needle, but you know that it went in. Uh, I'll leave that for you to discover. Yeah. Yes, sorry. Mean, mean, mean. I know. Until next time.